What's going on, everyone? Vince the Longineer here. I want to share a story with you and kind of bring back a message I had for everyone last year when I mentioned how low the crop yields were going to be for seed this season, and kind of tie it back to this new bag of grass seed that I just purchased and answer the question, like, do you really need to have 0.00% weed and 0.00% crop seeds? I mean, is that really important? So a couple weeks ago, I was planning for a lawn renovation in the front yard. I planned to completely kill everything, bring in some new soil, level everything out, plant new seed. And I decided to go with perennial ryegrass. And just as I suspected, just as I kind of predicted from some conversations I've been having with a lot of seed suppliers last year, but more on the seed, I wanted to let you know that the seed producers are having limited crop yields, and it's really causing an issue with supply. So make sure if you're doing a renovation or an overseeding, you plan ahead and get your seed as early as you can, especially next year, or else you'll lose out. The shortage is very real. A lot of websites that I've looked at did not have any perennial ryegrass in stock. I talked with a few companies who said that they are currently harvesting the seed and plan to have them in stock in a couple weeks. I didn't want to wait for that, so I kept looking around, and I found some perennial ryegrass at United Seeds, and that's what I have here. This is a 5-iron perennial ryegrass. It is a blend of 5 different cultivars, some of them from Mountain View Seeds, and then 2 others I'm not exactly sure where they are from, but I wanted to go over this blue tag with you and kind of explain a few things. Now, this is a 50-pound bag of seed. And when I purchased this online from United Seed, I looked through their resources. They usually have a copy of this blue tag on their website, and I wanted to make sure that it did not have any weed seeds or other crop seeds in this bag. I wanted to make sure it was 100% pure seed, and that's kind of the message we've been telling everyone in this community, is when you're looking for seed, you want to make sure that it is 0.00% weed seeds and 0.00% crop seeds. And so I spent $300 on this bag of seed, and when it arrived, I was surprised to see the label tagged with 0.01% weed seeds and 0.5% other crop seeds. And I was really upset. I, thought that, I was, not scammed, but just, what the hell? I looked at the tag online. It said it was 0.00. What's going on? So, I talked with a few folks, a few friends in the community, and I decided, I'm just going to reach out to United Seed and kind of ask what this is all about. Of course, we always like to hear from our audience. We want to hear what your experience has been if you've bought a bag of grass seed and it ended up being tagged with some crop seeds or weed seeds in that bag. What was your experience after growing that seed? Did you end up with a lot of weeds? Let us know in the comments below. Always interested to hear about your story and your experiences. And before I go any further, I do want to just make sure I'm clear that I'm not bashing any company, any seed provider or company like United Seeds. United Seeds is a very reputable company that sells very high quality seeds. I've also purchased from Seed Superstore in the past, another good company. But let me explain my conversation with United Seeds. So I got on the phone with United Seeds and I said, hey, you know, your website says this, however, the bag that I got said otherwise. And, you know, yeah, there are caveats on the website that say things like seed cultivars may change without notice. And that was the case here, and I was totally fine with that. But I was sort of expecting you know, the crop seed and the weed seeds to be 0.00%. So we got to talking, and, you know, he, you know, reiterated to me over the phone that, yeah, we had a poor crop yield, and that crop yield, depending on the variety, whether it was Kentucky bluegrass, perennial ryegrass, fescues, other blends, it ranged between 50% to 80% less than what they were normally harvesting in years past. So the seed shortage is very real. And what that means is basically it's going to mean more money for grass seed. This was a $300 bag of pure grass seed, 50-pound bag. And it also means that there's probably going to be more contaminants in it. So the nice thing about talking with them directly was that they know exactly what that 0.5% crop seed is and what that 0.01% weed seed is. So that is what ultimately put me at ease and at rest, and said, okay, you know, really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me about this, because what they told me was that the testing they did on the other crop seed, it's just other varieties of perennial ryegrass or annual ryegrass. A lot of us are concerned that, oh, is it going to be Poa annua or Poa trivialis or another, you know, grassy type of crop that we consider to be a weed, like, you know, Poa trivialis, for example, is something that is very hard to control, and there isn't a selective herbicide for that particular crop. So they were 100% certain that it did not contain any of those crop seeds. They knew exactly what it was. They knew it was other types of perennial ryegrass varieties or annual ryegrass. So I was really happy to hear about that. And then on the weed seed, they were able to tell me immediately that it is dill. And they sell this to many golf courses and athletic fields, and have never had any complaints about other weeds popping up or weed seeds germinating from this tagged blend here. So I hope that, you know, helps clarify a few things. And, you know, if you're in doubt when you're going to buy seed this season, especially for renovation you may have planned, it doesn't hurt to reach out to the company you're buying from, especially if it's a company like, you know, Seed Superstore or United Seeds, or, you know, what we would consider like these boutique seed suppliers. When you talk with them on the phone, they'll likely have a degree in some kind of turf grass management program, and they know exactly what you're getting and what was tagged. The person that I spoke to specifically, he was the one who tagged this, so he knew exactly what was in the bag. So, you know, feel free to reach out. They are there to help you, and I'm really looking forward to throwing this down this year. I hope you guys follow along. We are going to get started here in a few weeks. It is the beginning of August here, 2022. So really looking forward to this. I hope you're following along. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for joining.